What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Worldwide Shenanigans.
As you've been seeing from our last videos, we've been settling into LA and exploring the city.
And we've noticed some things along the way. So here are the true facts about LA.
These are our top 5 LA stereotypes, and we're going to tell you, are they true or not? One of the hugest stereotypes about LA is that traffic is horrible and public transportation isn't even an option. The truth? False.
Traffic is much better than we thought. Only the highway and freeways have bad traffic.
Yeah, I think it's because you hear so much how bad LA traffic is that in your head it's so much worse than in reality.
True, and from commuting to work I've realized that driving westbound towards the beach is much quicker than driving east towards the city.
True. For public transport, while we haven't used it personally, I've heard from a lot of people that's their regular commute to work. They say it's reliable and the routes are pretty wide across the city.
That's right. So ultimately, don't believe everything you hear about LA traffic.
A second stereotype about LA is that the cost of living is insanely high.
What's the truth? False. Well, we come from Washington, D.C., and we found that the cost is really similar to D.C. and other big cities.
Yes, groceries are priced really similar. I've even seen certain groceries that are surprisingly cheaper or more expensive. For example, here, bananas and milk are pretty expensive, but bread and chips are so much cheaper than DC.
Even the rent prices are okay.
Yeah.
LA has so many cheap rent options to choose from simply because the city's so huge, so there's just more options.
Yes. However, I will tell you guys 2 things that are more expensive in LA. The first is healthcare. If you guys haven't seen, I recently had surgery and now I'm getting the medical bills, and Cedars-Sinai is the second most expensive hospital in the country.
The second is gas.
Yes.
As soon as you cross over into California, gas goes up by $1. We've seen gas prices that well exceed $5, but if we're really lucky, the cheapest is probably around $3.50.
Yeah.
Our third stereotype about LA is that the weather is always great. Shannon, is that true?
False. No. Guys, nothing has shocked me more than the weather. You always hear that LA has perfect weather and it's nice all year. I interpreted this to mean it's warm all year, like 80s or 90s, but that is not true.
Instead, a lot of the days are in the 60s, 70s, or maybe even 50s. Can definitely get chilly.
Maybe that's how some people define perfect weather?
Maybe. And though it doesn't rain too often, it does rain sometimes.
Yeah.
And when it rains, the people that live here become terrible drivers.
The worst drivers. The fourth stereotype about LA is that everyone only eats healthy foods.
This is super false. LA has an incredible food scene, but some of the restaurants or food trucks are definitely not that healthy.
Yeah, and at the restaurants, there might be a lot more vegan options or healthy alternatives than at other places in the country. Or maybe there's just more plant-based restaurants in general around the city, but not everything is healthy and not everyone chooses the healthy foods.
And just like any other big city, there's a McDonald's or a Wendy's or a Burger King or In-N-Out on every block.
Every block. And our last stereotype, number 5, is that you see celebrities everywhere.
This is also false. While I see occasional celebrities at my job, I never see them walking around the city.
However, I will say that you do meet a lot of people who know or work with or are friends with or who date celebrities, but you don't always see the celebrities themselves.
But you do see a lot of influencers around LA.
Yeah. So those are our top 5 LA stereotypes that are mostly wrong.
But we've only been living here for a couple of months now.
Yeah.
If you've been living in LA longer and you think we've got these wrong, let us know in the comments below.
Yes, please comment. I'd love to know.
Otherwise, we hope this video helps any of you moving or traveling to LA.
Yeah, and we'll catch you next time.
For more worldwide shenanigans. Peace.